Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson for Ponca City Public Schools. And on this edition, we're going to talk with the head coach of the Ponca City Wildcat football team, the 3-2 Wildcats. Coach Scott Harmon will be our special guest. A little bit later, Daniel Wood, the head coach of the Ponca City Lady Cat softball team, will be with us. First off, big homecoming win for the Wildcats. Coach, you got to be happy about that. I mean, Friday night, it was just incredible. Tell us about it.
It's a really good atmosphere. We're 2-1 at home now, so first time I believe we won homecoming in quite a little while. I'm not for sure of the last time we won homecoming.
It's been a while.
I've had several people come up and say, "Hey, it's been a long time." So I didn't realize it had been that long, but each week is the same to us. Homecoming is kind of it's a tough week for a coach because you got so many other things going on. But I was really proud of the kids for how they focused when they got in there Friday night. Played extremely good defense, and we managed the turnovers, did not turn the ball over. So when we do that, we'll have a chance to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, a lot of highlights from the game, scoring a lot of points. You had to be from an offensive perspective. You got to be thrilled about that.
If we're not having a quarter, we played Kyder Welch, who was just cleared last Friday from a shoulder injury. He hadn't played quarterback, the position in a live game in over a year. So was really pleased with him and what he was able to bring to us. Our offensive line and our run game really kind of managed the clock for us, and we shortened the game, which is our style of football. And then, defensively, when you hold people to 7 points or less, you got a chance to win. So that's kind of our formula for winning and our formula for success. So our kids did that well, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah, very good. When you have an athlete like Kyder, and you've got a lot of these athletes on the team, are you able to just are they able to adapt and you're able to plug and play them where you need to play them?
Our system is fairly simple, and when we emphasize being simple and playing fast. So yes, we've got some kids, 2 or 3 kids that move and change positions. We've got 3 or 4 that play on both sides of the ball. So we're trying to get away from that as much as possible and let kids do what they do best. But we're midway through the season. We're going through some injuries. We don't have our starting quarterback in. We've had some injuries with our backups, having to play some young kids. So it is what it is. It's a week-to-week basis. Adjust and do the best you can this week.
Yeah. Highlights and players that really had standout games for you. I think of Wall.
Eli, of course.
Eli
we call him,
had a great game. Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hollywood was out there. He was doing it.
He's appropriate. I nicknamed him appropriately. Hollywood really had a good game, did a good job defensively, and we put a package in for him offensively. He's one of those kids that we've kind of got to manage a little bit. He didn't get in until the first week of the season with his broken arm, and then we weren't sure how much he would be able to handle coming in, but each week he gets more and more into game-type shape, so he was able to carry the ball for us in our Wildcat package, scored twice last week. Got to mention Cameron Jackson. He, over 100 yards as a freshman again, second straight week. So those are all positive things. We're playing a lot of kids, a lot of young kids. So things are looking up for us. We just got to keep focused in. We're 3-2, and we want to finish the second half of the season as strong as we've kind of got through the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, big homecoming win, and boy, it was a big crowd there at Sullivan Stadium Friday night. Looking forward to more big crowds like that the rest of the season. But first, the Wildcats have got to go to Bixby this Friday night, and Bixby not only ranked in the state, but they're nationally ranked. They're a big team. You're taking the Wildcats over there, and tell us about when you watch the tape of a team like Bixby. How do you coach against a team like Bixby?
Well, to be honest with you, try to put your kids in the best possible place to enjoy some success. Last year, we actually scored 20 points on them. I think that was the third most they had scored on them behind Jinx and Stillwater all year long. So we did a couple of things that, we felt like moved the ball against them a little bit. We'll try to use those same things and tactics again this year, slow the game down a little bit, and we may play a few more people this week to try to keep from getting so banged up. They're very physical. They're not quite as physical as they were last year on defense, which was just crazy physical, and then this year, but they're probably a little more skilled on the offensive side. Man, they've got 2 brothers that are really, really talented, and they've got all kinds of kids around them with a quarterback that really manages their system well. So it'll be a big challenge for us this week.
Yeah, for sure. But when you look at those tapes, as a coach, probably you're looking for places to weaknesses to get in there,
Right.
and where can you match up?
Well, we feel like up front we've got a chance to move them around a little bit. They're not quite as big and physical as they've been, especially at the outside backers. They lost two really good seniors last year and two safeties that were kind of playing behind them. So on the edge where we kind of like to run, they really were stacked with talent. Hopefully we're going to try to use some sets and some quick motions and things of that nature this week to outnumber them and give us an extra blocker on that side of the ball, and then really kind of slow and milk the clock down. So we try to keep their offense on the sideline as much as possible. We may take a few extra chances on fourth down because it doesn't matter if they drive 80 or 50. We're going to take a couple chances this week.
Yeah. Good. All right, look for that. And of course, you can hear the game broadcast on KPNC 100.7 FM, Jordan and Reed, with the play-by-play action call and the live video stream at punkcitynow.com, paired with that broadcast audio for the Wildcats all season long. And a big contingent will be making that trip to Bixby. Of course, you're going to have a lot of support in those visitor stands, and a game like this, that's really important.
It is. We're ranked still, I think, for the fourth straight week in a row in some of these polls, so I'm sure Bixby will be selling that to their kids. It's been a while since Ponca City's been in that situation, so we're going to go down there and see what we can get done. We've got a really tough second half of the season schedule-wise, and this is the first one, so we're going to try to go down there and put a good showing on.
Yeah. Now, do you have that one thing about the Ponca City Wildcat team that other coaches have a hard time recognizing or giving you credit for, that can really come out as a quote unquote secret weapon for the Wildcats that maybe other teams don't realize it's coming?
Well, just in this style and day and age of football, we really hang our hat on running the football, and a lot of teams would like to throw it around and be a little bit more prolific, kind of look like the college teams, but we're pretty stubborn, especially with me calling the plays. We're gonna pound it up in there, try to move the chains a little bit, slow the game down, and really kind of play our style of football, and it's really kind of unique to 6A2.
Yeah, all right. That is Coach Scott Harmon. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Coach Scott Harmon, the head coach of the Ponca City Wildcat football team, as they head to Bixby for a big district matchup. All right, stay close. More on Coach's Corner coming up. The head coach of the Ponca City Lady Cat softball team, Daniel Wood, is our special guest next. Thanks for watching.